presentación a su correo.
Sí, eso estaba viendo, pero me llegó en un formato que no pude abrir. Es .eml. No sé qué aplicación uses para abrirla. No, es un PDF. ¿Perdón?
¿Empieza en un momento o espero
No,
todavía?
no, al final. O bueno, no, si quieren, sí, empieza para que tengan tiempo de hacer la actividad que tengo para ustedes hoy. Ok, Leonardo, si tienes alguna pregunta, dime. Ahorita va a haber unas presentaciones. Las presentaciones son de tema libre, para que veas más o menos qué es lo que podrías hacer, ¿va? ¿Vas a compartir pantalla, Mario?
Sí, quiero ver cómo presentar mi PowerPoint para ponerlo aquí.
Abajo, en la barra de herramientas de abajo de acá de Meet, donde dice presentar ahora,
Sí.
y
¿Ya?
una ventana. Ya.
Pero dice Select Tab to Share.
Ajá, ponle en ventana, no sé cómo te aparezca.
Window.
Ajá, y la que tenga tu presentación.
Será Monitor. Ok, sure. Pueden. Creo que va a verse el monitor.
Sí, ya está cargando.
A ver, vamos a ver. ¿Se puede ver?
Yo no veo nada.
Entonces déjame ver. Creo que tengo que hacer esto. ¿Ahora se puede ver?
Sí, ya.
Okay. Okay. My goals and achievements is the topic I want to do today. Okay, so backstory. So when I started this journey of wanting to do pedagogy or teaching as a teacher, and especially as a foreign, it's just teaching. I started as a tutor by teaching kids in my house before coronavirus. And I did online tutoring as well.
Mari, perdón, necesitas silenciar uno de las dos porque se está ciclando tu audio.
¿Cómo hago eso?
Es que compartiste tu pantalla completa y tienes que compartir solo la ventana.
Sí, pero no me deja.
Cuando... mira, te voy a relevar como compartir. Te debe salir, cuando le pones compartir, pestaña de Chrome, ventana o pantalla completa. En ventana, si tienes abierto el
Lo tengo abierto.
PowerPoint, ahí te debe aparecer. Ahí te debe aparecer.
No me salió.
Mándamela por correo.
¿Lo manda por correo?
Sí, pero yo la comparto.
Ya, dame un segundo. Stop sharing. Ahorita lo mando. Sent.
No me ha llegado. Ya, listo.
My goals and achievements. This is my personal goals and the achievements I have been able to do in my professional life as a teacher. Okay, my backstory is basically my the beginning started when I left when I finished school. I didn't know what to do, so I decided that I was good in English, so I decided I was going to help people through tutoring, and I started tutoring people in my house, but at my house. But the thing is that I didn't tutor. I only tutored at my house before COVID. After COVID was a bit harder. I did online tutoring as well. For that, I did several approaches before I even, because I studied a bit in a university pedagogy, but I didn't finish the studies. So I did several approaches to it. I tried one methodology, maybe another type of technique, until I finally found the one that was suitable, at least for me, and was a natural approach technique, and which is kind of like it's kind of like when the elders went and they tried to approach you in the most natural way possible, with you with a little thin line that you are the person in charge, but they're like a friend, but they have to respect that you are the teacher. They're still your student. You learn from them. You learn from you. I learn from them. You learn from they learn from you. It's kind of like the elders in the tribes. It's that type of learning, natural approach technique. And the next one would be my achievements. Uh, Achievements. Okay, so I had three achievements. My first achievement was a student that I was online tutoring from China. My student wanted to get out of China in that moment was before coronavirus, was had a lot of problems there, and she wanted to become a translator, English Chinese translator for a cruise. So I taught her, and she became that. She ended up going to the cruise, applying for the cruise, and she got the job. And then later, I didn't know about her for a couple of months, and she came back, and then she told me, "Thank you, Marie. Thanks to you." And her family also came and say, "I got to achieve my goal." In Peru, I got to do that with two students as well. One student was Rodrigo, and he came to me. He started when he was 12. He didn't like anything. Literally, he only liked basketball. Then I got him into like in English and all his other studies on the same time. So he studied at the beginning. He was very a rebel little guy, but then he became more. He started to like studying. That's what the natural approach usually does. And then he ended up going to a university in Canada, then transferred to Harvard with a full scholarship. He finished his studies in Harvard and currently works in Meta. My other student is Carlos, who studied a major in petroleum engineer, but I met him when he had a bachelor's, and I also taught him. And when I taught him, he wanted to study a major in petroleum engineer. He already studied a major, and he lives in Canada currently. The other one is I think it's about Rodrigo, which is the only physical thing that I can find because I can't find about my other students. Um, the next slide, please. I'm sorry. So Rodrigo is the only one that I have proof of. Rodrigo studied at Harvard with a full scholarship, and there's YouTube. Um, TikToks that he made, and he talked about even his. We were talking with his mom because his mom is a student of mine as well now, and to his mother and his student, and she was saying that she didn't know his son's not the essay, but the what's it called, the final not the essay, because an essay is um there is a name for it. Well, the Rodrigo Chenam full project, the last project that you give to get your degree, that's basically what is there. And there's some interviews in Spanish about him when he entered Harvard. Though it was a very long, had to put a lot of his part. It's not just that he magically got in. It was a lot of hard work. Going down. I'm currently working at a Peruvian English Institute. This happened kind of weird. I mean, I had cancer last year, and so I went back with this my Carlos, my old student, and another told me, why don't you go back to teaching? And I said, it's just not a bad idea. And I really liked it. So, and because I know I've done a lot, and I made so many people happy on the way. So that is what I like. So I decided to retake it. So now I'm at a Peruvian, I work at a Peruvian English Institute. I'm studying at Cuepa for a bachelor's of pedagogy. I want to do a master's in English as a second language and foreign language. And at the same time, I'm trying to work on how the natural approach technique, this is wrong, the approach technique can become a methodology and replace the current methodology that's been used. That's all.
Muy bien, ahora pueden hacerle preguntas a Mari o Mari puede hacerles preguntas.
Okay. ¿Alguien quiere hacerme una pregunta? No, pero bueno, ok. A ver, esto tal vez. ¿Alguien quiere preguntar de cómo empecé? Ok, María.
How do you describe your experience with the student in Peru? You sound very excited, but I didn't catch. Did you like it? Did you enjoy it?
I did enjoy it. It was a journey where I was not only discovering myself, but I was discovering my way of teaching, the methodology, or better said, the technique I wanted to use. And that's where my the need, or set the curiosity of seeing if the natural approach technique can become a methodology. And that's where it was a very nice experience. He grew as a person, and you could see him blossom like little by little. So it was beautiful. ¿Otra pregunta?
Nadie de los 36, más de 36 que hay, tiene alguna pregunta.
Sí, 46. Ok, Jesús. Yes. Jesús le monta la mano.
Okay. ¿Sí me escucha?
Sí.
Bueno, disculpen, mire, bueno, para más que nada para el profesor, miren, lo que pasa que yo me acabo de unir y supuestamente en el curso que yo estoy, en la licenciatura, venía también con inglés, pero, de idioma inglés, pero como yo apenas estoy, acabo de entrar, yo tengo 2 meses que tengo, apenas en la licenciatura, entonces yo bueno, veo que están dominando bien el inglés, no sé en cómo son los principios, o cómo, porque lo que veo que están muy avanzados ustedes, sino que yo quiero aprender, pero apenas desde el principio, o estoy en otra clase equivocada, o no sé.
Respondo rápido esto. No. Bueno, tu Classroom esta sesión, que es un club de conversación, no es una clase de inglés. Realmente es para que tú trabajes en Duolingo y practiques lo que aprendas. Pero no hay una clase de inglés como tal. ¿sí? Entonces, te recomiendo que practiques en Duolingo y entres para que acá puedas ponerlo en práctica. El nivel de los alumnos es muy variado, entonces no hay mucho problema por eso.
Ok, sí, ese sí, la aplicación así la estoy repasando, la estoy usando, pero yo pensé que esta era como una clase para apoyarme para seguir entendiendo más como que los verbos, digamos. Pero
Ya,
entonces yo
ya.
creo que sí, voy muy perdido, mejor mejor me retiro, ¿no?
Sí,
Gracias, profe.
te va a servir bastante escuchar cómo hablan, pero pues digo, no hay problema. Igual si tienes alguna duda me puedes escribir.
Ok, sí, gracias.
Maria, I have a question for you. What makes you think that um, that this is your calling, or maybe it's
Well, I like to help people. That's the main thing. And while I do this, I'm currently working with students in my institute, and I see them progress, and I see them happy, and I see them how they say, "Yay, I did this." So that makes me feel happy that they are reaching the goals that they have put in set their minds, and that's why I think it's my call, because I like to help people. That's something natural in me. So that's why.
very good. I think you have a question, Lorena.
Yes, sure. Hey, Maria. I would like to ask you something about natural approach. Could you please share with us how do you develop a lesson, bearing in mind um, the digital resources that probably you have in your classes?
The natural approach is like it says natural, so you don't have to really, you have to do, of course you have to plan your classes, but it's more like you have to try to be not only friendly to your students, but there's one thing I always do. It's try not to say the word no. That's very important. You try to say we could polish, we could do better, because whenever you say no or you put an X or a red thing, they immediately associate it as I'm already a bad student, and that is not true. They're in a learning progress. So as long as you don't say the word no and replace it for another word, and don't put the X or a red something, an X or a red dot or anything negative, and just say something positive, convert it into something that they need to improve, they will improve much better. Not only because of logical, because it's the people usually when they see red or anything, like I said, they usually feel like, I'm not good like math. So the best thing to do is try to diminish that and change it into something a little bit more doable.
Okay,
Anything else?
Guillermo.
Hi, Marie. I have two questions for you.
Sure.
And the first is um, how difficult is or was learning English for you?
Okay, it wasn't that difficult, and the reason is because I come from an American family, so I learned Spanish and English at the same time. I'm bilingual actually, so but it wasn't that difficult, but I had to learn the grammar like everyone else. It's not that I immediately knew the grammar. That I had to study like any other normal human.
Well, and the second question is, and what was the challenge of learning the language?
The challenge of learning the language, I would say I learned it. I didn't learn it as fast. When you learn one language, you learn it faster. I had to learn two languages at the same time. So my brain was switching between Spanish. Sometimes I had to switch to Spanish, and at home I had to switch back to English. So I had to be aware of my surroundings. So when I spoke to someone in Spanish, I had to switch a channel and then switch back to channel when I talked to someone in English. So I took more time to talk than the average kids, but it was because I had two languages to learn at the same time.
Oh yeah. Um, are you, ¿cómo se dice de repente? Are you, bueno, digamos, de repente, confused the language Spanish with English and
No, I like I say, I switch the channel. I switch the channel. So when someone is speaking English, I switch to English. When someone is speaking Spanish, I switch to Spanish. I learned this when I was very young. Though at home we speak Spanglish, since there's someone that speaks English, and with my mom we speak Spanglish, but that's because sometimes we forget one word and she forgets another, and we're speaking both languages, so we just do Spanglish sometimes. But that's just at home.
Thank you, Marie.
You're welcome. Yes, Claudia?
What is Spanglish?
Spanglish is a mix of Spanish and English. So sometimes you say like, hi, I'm fine, pero, and you use one word or a couple of words of Spanish, and you say, oh, I love this. The bufanda looks beautiful. Like you forget the word, and then you use the word in Spanish to put it in the gap. That's Spanglish, basically.
My grandson, mis nietos, speak English, but vinieron de vacaciones y se fueron hablando un poquito de español.
Yeah, so it's little by little they will learn how to do it. Actually, that happened with my grandma. The first time my grandma ever met me was when I was like 1 year, no, before, but when she wanted to talk to me, I only spoke Spanish because that's what I heard most. And then she started giving me, that was the story my mom said, that she gave me a bunch of carrots, and then I learned how after that, because she didn't know what I wanted. And then after that, I noticed that I had to learn to speak the other language, I guess unconsciously or something, that I had to learn, and I just learned it. And I loved it because, well, most of my family, I passed most of my time in the United States with my family over there. So it is possible to learn both. Even for your grandkids.
Yes.
You have a question in the chat. What's the difference between natural approach method and current method?
The current method is more about the current method is more like we're numbers. We're all numbers, and everything is according to a grade. If you get 100, if you get 20, that is you. You're a number. That is the current methodology. And what I heard, according to one of my teachers, is they're trying to do the natural approach. Natural approach is more like treating people as the individuals they are. So basically, you teach them like old times, and then you give them individual grades, not like grades like 80. You give them a feedback of how they can improve. It's kind of like a report. You get a feedback. You can improve this and this and this and this. And maybe I'm trying to test if maybe replacing the reports for the grades, or keeping the grades as a referential, but not just the number being the main thing, but more of what you are doing and your progress. The report, the feedback is more important than the number itself.
Anyone else? ¿Alguien más? Muy bien.
Okay.
Bien, creo que quedó cubierto. María del Carmen, ¿quieres hacer tu presentación?
No, yo creo que me voy a esperar. Voy a grabar el video con otra extensión. Ahorita no lo pude hacer. En la siguiente clase lo presento.
Ok, excelente. Ya no hay más presentaciones, ¿verdad? Bien, entonces nos vamos a separar ahorita en grupos de 4 como la vez pasada. Un segundo. Necesito que tomen captura de pantalla de 2 cosas. Primero de esto, por favor, tómale una captura. Todos. Y ahora a la clave, por favor.
¿Cómo tomo la captura en la computadora? ¿O tengo que tomar una foto?
¿Tienes PC o Mac?
Una Mac.
Es Command, Shift y 3. Si quieres seleccionar el área, Command, Shift 4.
Teacher, the last picture, please.
¿Puede volver a poner crucigrama, por favor?
Sí.
Muchas gracias.
Nada. Bien, entonces los van a separar en sesiones. Vamos a ver quién acaba más rápido. Cuando acaben, se regresan a la llamada principal.
¿Podemos dar la última parte? Porque esta y había una segunda parte para tomarle foto. Gracias. Thank you.
Si quieren, lo hago un poquito más grande. Creo que ahí estaría mejor. Yo lo veo de buen tamaño, pero creo que ustedes lo ven muy chiquito. Bien, entonces adelante, Abraham, ¿puedes mandarlos a la sesión separada, por favor?
Teacher, ponga el crucigrama. Uy. Thank you. Thank you.
Listo. Acepten la invitación, por favor. No, Glenda, no te preocupes. Solo, igual puedes escribir las respuestas.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Muy buena noche a todos. ¿Se me alcanzan a escuchar?
Sí, sí, Alfonso. Ok.
Hola, muy buena noche. Bueno, pues me estoy integrando. Voy a tratar de hablar un poco el inglés que sé, no sé mucho. Pero bueno, quiero hacer una presentación. Es mi primera sesión que hago en toda mi vida. Y pues bueno, la verdad es que sí estoy bastante emocionado, pero bueno, voy a hacer el mayor esfuerzo por tratar de captarlos a todos, que ya veo que algunos ya lo dominan, pero vaya, aquí se viene a aprender, ¿no? Voy a tratar de hacer una presentación. Ya usted me corregirá, profesor, si está bien.
Sí, no hay problema. Si quieres, ahorita que regresen los compañeros, que estén todos, porque están haciendo la actividad esta de un crucigrama en sesiones separadas. Creo que también te llegó la invitación para unirte a otra sesión. Y ahorita que regresen puedes hacer tu presentación, ¿va?
Ah, de acuerdo, profesor. Sí, lo que pasa es que vengo saliendo del trabajo, entonces vengo caminando y aprovecho este tiempo para, pues, para escucharlos, pero sí, espero. Realmente la presentación, digo, no voy a presentar a pantalla, sería todo así hablado para saludar al grupo y nada más. Pero queda atento. Gracias.
Ok, perfecto. Sí, ahorita que regresen, para que empieces, ¿no?
Gracias.
Eh, ¿A qué te refieres con las fotos, María del Carmen?
Es que ya nos juntamos en grupo de 3, pero necesitamos ver el crucigrama y lo que pregunta, pero no sé dónde verlo. Las fotos que tomé no sé.
Te lo debes guardar si no lo has movido, está en tu escritorio.
En mi escritorio. Ok.
Ujú.
¿Me puede devolver al grupo, por favor? Gracias.
Abraham, ¿puedes mandar a María del Carmen al grupo en el que estaba, por favor?
Sí, le vuelvo a mandar la invitación.
Gracias.
But I don't know. I got a feeling. Oh, sometimes I got a feeling. I got a feeling. Never know it happens. hagan todo lo demás. Me
Muy bien, creo que ya regresaron todos. ¿Les dio tiempo?
No.
No, no, profe.
¿Qué tanto les dio tiempo? La...
Está un poco complicado.
Sí,
Casi hicimos la mitad, teacher.
ok. Y yo sentí que estaba tranquilo. Había unas que sí eran un poco difíciles, pero... ¿quieren? Hay dos opciones acá, les doy las respuestas para que lo chequen. Es jueves, ¿verdad? Sí. Para que lo chequen o se los dejo y el martes les doy las respuestas si ustedes lo completan en estos días. ¿Qué prefieren?
Yo creo que la segunda, ¿no? Como para ir.
Sí,
Sí, la segunda.
Sí, mejor para el martes.
Ok, pues le tomo captura porque si no se me va a olvidar dónde lo saqué. Excelente. Muy bien, tenemos otra presentación. ¿Quién estás, Alfonso? No te veo.
Hi everyone. This is my first participation on this session, and this is my first participation in all my life, and I hope to learn from all. I am very excited to stay here. I live in Mexico City. I have 40 years old. I like play the bass guitar, read, walk. This is my first time, but I want to learn, and that's all. Good night, and again, hi for everyone.
Muy bien. Bass guitar.
Bass guitar, yeah, okay.
Yes. So, you are a musician.
Excuse me, I can't hear
So,
you. Sorry.
I told you that you are a musician. Si eres músico.
No, I play by a hobby. Uh, I play when I have some time, but this bass guitar I like so much.
What kind of music do you play?
I like all music, but I like so much the rock like Beatles, Elvis Presley, some of blues, jazz.
Excellent. So, you
Uh,
play
uh,
like
uh,
classic rock.
yeah, classic rock. My favorite band is Black Sabbath, and I like so much the music, jazz and blues too.
Excellent. I play guitar, but I play metal. Black and thrash metal. It's nice meeting a fellow musician. Very good. Um, ¿Alguien tiene alguna pregunta por Alfonso? Ha estado muy callado hoy. Guillermo.
What is the what is the best to live in Mexico? Debería de formular mejor mi pregunta. Se me fue lo que es que quería decir? A ver, what what is the best um, se me fue, es que sí lo tenía en la mente, pero bueno, el chiste es que es lo mejor de vivir en México, en el estado.
Yeah, yeah. I like live here because the food is really, really delicious, and the street, the people. Uh, Something I don't like about Mexico is delinquents. I don't know if I say it right, but Mexico is the most bigger city around the world. Uh, I like so much. For example, the museum, the food, the street, the walk in the center of the city is the best. I like uh, so much talk with all persons, uh, but the city or the place most beautiful from here, this town is Cancun. I like so many. I like the beach. This is the principal reason I like live here in Mexico City.
The main reason. Muy bien. Dejaneris, adelante.
Hi, Alfredo. What's your favorite Beatles song?
In my life, this is my favorite song from the Beatles.
Okay.
What's your, Dejaneris? What's yours?
Mm, I. ¿Cómo se podría decir? No recuerdo el nombre.
I, I don't recall the name.
I no recall the name.
También se puede decir I don't remember the name.
Yes, de hecho, I don't recall es como una forma más específica de decir que no te acuerdas de algo. Pero sí, I don't remember the name funciona
I
también.
don't remember your name.
Okay, thank you.
Guillermo,
Remember your
Are
name.
you playing? Are you playing Hey You from the se me olvidó su nombre. Are you playing Hey You from se me fue el nombre de estos cuates,
The Beatles.
no, es otro grupo rock,
¿Sabes?
Pink Floyd. Are you playing Hey You from Pink Floyd?
I don't. I can't hear you fine. All right. What is
The Beach Boys?
the
Fly?
band name?
Don
Pink Floyd.
Pink?
Oh, Pink Floyd. Yeah, yeah. Pink Floyd is a band. I'm only play one song for this band. Is I wish you were here. This is the only song that I play. I was play or I did play.
Very good. Milton, habías levantado la mano. Adelante. Good, no? Any more questions for Alfonso? Come on. Hoy han estado muy callados. Ya es jueves, pero. Milton, adelante.
I'm sorry, teacher. Yeah, so I'm Israel. Nice to meet you. I'm from Lima.
Hi, friend. Regards to Lima.
Muy bien. De repente hay micrófonos que están abiertos y los silencio. No me lo tomen a mal, pero es que se oye mucho ruido. Bien. Voy a dejarles algo muy sencillo para que hagan para el martes. Aparte de estas estas presentaciones que son libres, les voy a dejar algo que sí quiero que la mayoría participe. Quiero que piensen en, supongo que a todos les gusta la música. Quiero que piensen en quién es su artista, cantante, banda favorito y nos hablen un poquito de él, de ella, de la banda. Algo muy breve, no más de 2, 3 minutos. ¿Va? Pero sí quiero que lo hagan todos, porque hay muchos que están quedando callados. Yo entiendo que algunos están escuchando, nada más, pero hay otros que sí han hablado y de repente ya no hablan. ¿Va? ¿Alguna duda de lo que quiero que hagan? Daenerys.
No, ninguna. ¿Con presentación?
Perdón, Daenerys.
¿Con
Si quieres
presentación?
compartir alguna foto o algo, está bien, no es necesario. Así que se los dejo libres, nada más tomen en
Ok,
cuenta que va a ser
thank
un
you.
poco más corto, ¿no? Que las presentaciones que hicieron hoy, por ejemplo. Guillermo.
¿Tendrá de casualidad, bueno, ya tomando en cuenta lo de para el martes también, si tendrá las imágenes del crucigrama que nos mostró hace rato? Porque nada más tengo la segunda, pero como que la tomé y al acercarle pues sale un poco pixeleado ahí y hay palabras que como que no se nota si dicen si es una A o es una O. Y las podría pasar no sé si las subirán a la plataforma o por correo electrónico. Tiene muteado el micrófono, profe.
Perdón, me pasa más de lo que me gustaría eso. Sí, ahorita lo subo a Classroom. Va, de todas formas, si quieres te lo puedo compartir otra vez y le hago zoom para que no se pixelee. Acá está.
Sí, igual.
Y ahorita lo subo de todas formas a Classroom. ¿Va? Muy bien. Si no hay dudas, Glenda, sería crucigrama, cantante, banda, grupo de música favorito. Exactamente, solamente esas dos cosas, tan sencillas. ¿Va? Bien, si no tienen dudas, nos vemos. Exacto, Estefanía, que hables un poquito, o sea, de dónde son, qué estilo tocan, puedes hablar de por qué te gusta, ¿sí? O sea, tampoco les voy a poner límites. Eso sí, sí necesito que lo hagas, Estefanía, aunque sea muy, muy corto, pero trata de hacerlo en inglés. Si hay alguna, bueno, ya saben, si tienen alguna duda de cómo escribirlo o alguna palabra, me pueden escribir al correo y les ayudo, ¿no? Pero sí, no importa que estén empezando, intenten hacerlo en inglés. Muy bien. Si no hay dudas, nos vemos el martes. Que tengan un excelente fin de semana. Cuídense mucho.
Thank you. See you, teacher.
Thank you.
Bye, Abraham.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, teacher.
Goodbye, partners.